all fixed, but the road needs because they deteriorate.
Start all over.
They get
So
start
it's
all
a
over
great
again. I
question
mean,
you asked.
you're always gonna have
fast
on that
we get
road
it.
needs. It's just
Yeah.
everybody's gonna be in that situation. So how much is a reasonable number? You know.
Or maybe you could just put the question is, will we ever be able to sunset this? Because I think that's what
No.
people are talking about. Can
No,
you-
because the roads are always
can you
gonna
put
keep
a
wearing out.
sunset
Once
to
you
this
get
or
it,
not?
you'll have it forever.
Ron,
Yeah.
it's killing him. It's just like 10 after,
I get
and
it.
he didn't, no, I'm just saying, he didn't get to talk until 10 after.
Okay, that's
And it's like
what's the downside of
cruel
that?
and unusual punishment right
What's the
there.
downside of that?
Go ahead, Ron.
I think what you're trying to capture is road lifetime,
You're right.
okay? At today's dollars, $5 to $6 million gets us up to speed and gets us so that we can keep up with the cycle at today's dollars. Okay? And keeping in mind that we're trying to build, and we'd like to maintain, if we could afford it, a 30-year life expectancy on a pavement.
Yeah, and what's important is that that's at the current lane miles.
At the current lane miles,
And the
at the
current
current
costs.
costs.
Yeah.
We're not planning on increasing our lane miles, are we? Or maybe when we widen it a little bit, we can make the lane in there or something.
In the rural area, there are no majors identified. In the urban area, there are majors and expansion enhancements identified. That's actually separated in your CIP.
You're saying 30-year life expectancy, and what was the other piece of that? So if we magically got $87 million and fixed everything right now, the $5 to $6 million would keep us current on a 30-year life cycle maintenance plan?
Right now, if we get the $5 to $6 million,
Yeah.
it will enable us to catch up. When we ran this for the options at budget time,
Yep.
we found that at that $5 to $6 million, that gives us in about 6-ish years, we're kept up to the point where then we can start doing the maintenance necessary to achieve that life expectancy at today's dollars. That's the level to be sustainable.
So we hit sustainability at about 5 to 7 years, is what you're saying?
At $5 to $6 million, yes.
All right. Ron, will you, since you already had the chance to talk, let's just keep you there. Will you just take a minute and run through the tools available between county and municipalities, please?
Okay, I'll start out with tools available to everybody, including counties. So we got the property tax levy, we have borrowing, we have grants, we have road aids, the Premier Resort Area Tax, cooperative agreements, and then in an effort to capture things like jurisdictional transfers, special events. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Keep going.
Okay. Things that a county cannot participate in that are available for tools to other municipal governments. Utilities, water, sewer, stormwater utilities directly benefiting the utility, i.e. A water main is a proportional cost, since if they replace the main, they have to replace the pavement above said main. Stormwater would address ditches in the rural areas, would address storm sewer catch basins in the urban areas. By statute, a room tax, 30% of that can be retained by the municipality for use on other things other than the tourism benefit. Impact fees exist for other municipalities, in which the fees, if a developer is coming in and a roadway needs improvement, the developer can be held accountable for the needs of improvement. Case in point, Sand Lake Road by the new proposed Mayo Center. Okay. And last but certainly not least, special assessments are something that counties cannot do that all the other municipalities can. And special assessments are interesting in that they're charged to all benefiting properties, and by statute, all property except for right-of-way acquired under 8508 or 8509, which deals with rail trails and freight rail Wisconsin stuff. and state property. All other properties, as nearest I can figure out, are eligible for special assessments, including if the city came out here and rebuilt the street out in front, they could assess the county for that improvement.
So they're not restricted on who they can apply special assessment.
With those few
Yeah,
exceptions.
yeah.
Yep.
But Ron, could not a municipality, if they chose to do so, have impact fees passed through to the county for county trunk highway approximating that improvement?
What would they do, what would a municipality do to a county trunk highway?
Well, if there's a developer's gonna come in and develop a parcel, and one side of the parcel is a highway, and the municipality wants to, pay for the cost of that development, including some of the roadways, could they not choose to bring the?
I don't really.
I can understand why we don't.
Yeah, I don't really have an answer for you on that one.
Could you repeat what you said about the 30% of room tax, the county room tax could be used by the municipality?
Department of Revenue, a municipality that levies a room tax can retain up to 30% or an amount determined by a table that DOR has on their website, whichever is greater.
And to be used for, like,
Just put into their general fund.
For other than tourism-related activities.
Yeah, other than tourism.
They're only
related.
required to spend 70% of a room tax on tourism-related things.
We can't do that.
You can't touch room tax.
We aren't allowed to look at stuff. Any other questions on the tools available? So the difference between what the county can assess and what the municipality can assess?
Can I
Yeah.
add something back
Sure.
down to the other questions? Because I think the biggest question we may have is, how is this gonna help the city of La Crosse roads? And because your roads right now are really, really bad. And I think that's, and you're gonna need to get the city of La Crosse people on board.
Can we broaden that beyond La Crosse? Can we say, how will this help local roads or non-county roads?
Sure, but I'm just saying that, for me, we have, I think that's gonna be key when people are driving around. Like, I get the people in Holman are gonna be like, oh yeah, we wanna have access to La Crosse, but the people that are maybe living in La Crosse and just kind of not going out as much, that's gonna make
We
it
have
a
the
hard sell.
most voters here too, the most residents here.
Exactly.
So it's
Most of what? You're not half of the county.
We don't have most of them.
Well, we have the biggest group though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're bigger than you.
But 52,000 out of 119,000.
Well, that's a lot.
Or 20,000, right, but it's not.
There's 20 in Alaska also.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
That's
then
why I was wondering if I could change it from city of La Crosse to, to,
Well, yeah, I guess you can. I was just thinking of the city being a very large group of people that, and,
yeah.
maybe they just won't vote. I don't know.
Well, for city supervisors like you and I and several other
Yeah,
people,
yeah, like-
all of our constituents drive on city roads.
Right, I think
All
we,
of
How do we sell it
right,
to them?
right.
It's been a long time since we've had an issue on the county board that is a rural,
Yeah.
urban issue, right? It's been a long time. So, Steve?
I'd also say that you need to come back to how do we explain to the public